I've wanted to do something about dust control in the shop for a while. I had these materials laying around. This is a 10-year-old fan. It was actually out in the shed. I cleaned it up a little bit for this project. I had some cut-off plywood from some other things I've built over the last couple of years and some other odds and ends. So I bought one good filter. This is 12 by 24 inches for the top of the fan, and then 2 pre-filters. So we're going to build a box, nothing complicated, and build a track for those filters to slide in. The goal for this unit, once it's complete, is to hang it up there closer to the Shopsmith lathe and the larger bandsaw. I want to run a power cord from it down to the wall and put an easily accessible switch so we can turn this on nice and easy. The first part of this is real simple. We're going to build a frame with a little bit of trim wood. This is about 1 3/4, and that fits perfectly inside this track that would normally hold the top of the window. For the sides, we're going to feed some of this in the sides and then screw that through to give some strength. We have our rough frame built around the fan, and the next part is to cut out the plywood and start making up the box. Slowly getting all of our plywood sides on. Everything is being glued as well as screwed with just drywall screws. Our seams are pretty tight, but once this is done, I'll go through all these joints with some caulk to make it as tight as I can. This piece still needs to be put on. The way this is going to work is the filters will just slide in on tracks on this side. I don't think I'm going to have a door here. They're just going to sit in, and there'll of course be a roof on the top. That's our super simple filter box using an old fan that was laying around in a shed for a long time. Just a simple box around it. For the back side, we've got 2 pre-filters and then 1 real good filter. They just slide in. And I may do a swing door right here. I have to think about that a little bit. But I have good airflow going through it. And the next step is to get this up on the ceiling and wire in a switch onto the wall. And that's about it for a very basic filter box. So we've got the 2 pre-filters and then the 1 good filter. So the good one and the 2 pre-filters. It's not super powerful, but it does blow a lot of air. It's both sides on. And as far as the suction in the back, so we need to get this up on the ceiling and run a switch to it. There's just a view of the inside before I caulk up all the seams. That's the completed air filtration unit, made with pretty much scrap parts that were laying around. I've had this running for about an hour now, and I don't see any dust flying. I did a lot of cleaning and a lot of vacuuming up. The flow seems pretty consistent. I went ahead and put a separate switch for the unit just on the wall. Make it nice and easy. And again, that's with 2 pre-filters and 1 good filter in the back. Changing's pretty easy. That little latch comes open, the side comes off, and the new filters go on. So we'll give this some time, see how it works, and I'll be happy to report back, or if anybody wants to hit me up down the line and ask me how it's doing, please do so. Thanks very much for taking a look.